You asked me if it's crazy to bring the idea up, and I'm answering you, yes. We're playing games here, guys, but it's not the thing to be talking about at all. You know, Dak is our quarterback.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. Had to step outside the job real quick, come holler at y'all. Just want to talk to y'all about the season, man. Mid-season thoughts, you know. Got my campaign culture over tanking going on, you know what I mean? Might need to create some shirts. But on a serious tip, man, listen. Mid-season grade on the team, man, I'm not going by position or none of that. We don't really deserve all of that breakdown. Fact is, we was playing like trash. And now, we playing decent. Grading over. But let's talk standouts real quick. Tank Lawrence, LVE, Trayvon Diggs, Neville Gallimore. That's my defensive standouts. I know our defense has been playing like trash. Last two games, though, those are the players. I know Trayvon just got hurt, but those are definitely the players that have been standing out to me. Honorable mention, Donovan Wilson, because that play in the Eagles game was pretty legit. But, yeah, that's it on the defensive end. As far as offensive, Tony Pollard, I have no beef with none of the receivers. Y'all can't throw the ball to yourselves. Garrett Gilbert, shout out to you. You definitely had a good game. Speaking of Garrett Gilbert, Dalton got to take your spot, man. It's no disrespect to Dalton, man. I've got a lot of pushback on the whole Dalton should start, but Dalton's a better quarterback than Garrett Gilbert right now. Y'all want to tank? I get starting Gilbert. But now that they got some film on Gilbert, man, this is the NFL. This ain't a fantasy or a fairy tale. They gonna analyze what he doesn't do well and make him play with his left hand. He's not ready to command a team for weeks on end. I think we should keep developing him, but Andy Dalton is the player that we need to have under center. Period, point blank. It just is what it is, you know? But as far as the grading, man, those are the players I really think they're standouts. That's it, man. Of course, you know, Zach Martin is doing his thing and stuff like that. And Tyler Biadasz, you are a player. Definitely a player. So at midseason, those are the players that I really, really appreciate. If I forgot somebody, y'all let me know in the comments. Before I talk draft prospects, because I know why y'all here. Everybody's just here to talk draft. The culture over tanking thing is simple, man. I don't want to be one of those teams that just gets used to trying to stockpile draft picks at the top of the draft or find a way to get a high draft pick and your culture's broken. Your team's used to losing and they think that one player fixes everything. Football is not that type of a sport. This ain't the NBA. One player cannot sway a whole team. You have to have a team, a full-fledged effort. So what I think is we need to be focusing on winning games. You worry about the draft when the draft get here. Now, if it's the last week of the season and a loss could jump you 3 or 4 spots, we can have a discussion there. But you don't tank a season. You just don't. It messes up your whole culture of your team. So I'm going with culture over tanking, man. You go out there, you prep to win, you try to win, you put all your effort into winning, and you let the chips fall where they may. So that's my explanation on my whole culture over tanking thing. It's not really that in-depth. It's not hard to figure out. I don't want a team I don't want to be Detroit or Jacksonville or the Giants or any of those other teams that stay picking out in the perpetuity in the top 5, top 10, and it changes nothing because their culture is broken. That's just me. But let's talk draft picks, man. First player I want to talk about, Penei Sewell, if I said that correctly. Tackle out of Oregon. Listen, if I had my plan for the draft, I'm trading back. I'm loading this team up. But we talking hypotheticals. Let's say we take the player with the draft pick. I'm team Dak, so y'all know I want a quarterback. So we only got to talk about Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence. Of course, that could be a conversation. But let's wait until we get closer to the draft and know our slot before we start talking about Fantasyland. Reality is, Penei Sewell can change our whole O-line. We all know what not Zach Martin. We all know what Ty Smith's been dealing with his neck. And if he comes back super healthy, great. But if he don't, we got the ultimate backup plan. But what I would do is take Sewell and put him at guard, like the Ravens did with Jonathan Ogden when they first drafted him. Yeah. Put him at guard, and then we run Ty Smith, Penei Sewell, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, and Lyle Collins. Now that is a line. And then if Ty Smith deals with neck issues, you buff him out. And if Ty Smith plays through the whole season and he gets his trade value back up, you trade him and build from there. So Penei Sewell is a absolute beast, and that would be the pick that I would want if we fall in the top 5. Next player I want to consider, Hamza Nasruddin. Safety, Florida State. 6'4", 220. Baller. And you know why I'm considering that? Because if we're going with Penei Sewell as our first pick, say we number 4 or 5, and we get Penei Sewell, because I'm assuming that we bottom out and we get a great pick. So we get Penei Sewell. We got to answer this safety question. And I think top of the second round, Hamza will be there because he's dealing with a leg injury. But it's not like a career-altering leg injury. He ain't tear Achilles. He opted out to keep rehabbing, and he caught an injury at the end of the 2019 season. And, with everything going on, he opted out, but he is a baller. Hamza Nasruddin. Y'all look his name up. Safety, Florida State. He has plenty of highlights. They compare him to Tyrann Mathieu. Very, very smart safety. Very, very smart safety. We can do the same thing we did with Jalen Smith, a safety that might fall, that would have won the first round, no question, but because of the injury, might fall to us. And with a whole year of rehab, without having to rush back because of the season, being able to opt out and it not hurt his draft stock as much, he might slide to us. Because if we're picking in the top 5 and we get Penei Sewell, because it's a quarterback draft, there's like 5 potential quarterbacks and everybody going for quarterbacks. So Sewell might fall to us. We take Sewell, put him at guard. We take Hamza, put him at safety. And now we cooking. So, yeah, them the players I'm looking at. Them my draft prospects, man. That's my midseason grades. Listen, I don't quite think we're going to lose that many games to get some of these players. Hamza might be there for us. Penei might not. I'm thinking we're going to pick somewhere between 5 and 12. I think that's our fate. It's not that I think we're going to run through a bunch of wins. I just think that we're going to win a couple to keep the continuity, keep the culture going in the right direction. But we probably going to lose enough to get a decent pick. So 5 through 12 is what I'm thinking, man. Y'all let me know where y'all think we're going to pick in the draft. And how y'all feel about this culture over tanking thing, man. Y'all with the culture or y'all just want to tank it out? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. It's your boy, Mr. Rome. I'm going to holler at you.